we're gonna start with a reverse curl. A reverse curl is gonna change the position of the radial ulnar joint. So we're gonna take your hands from a supinated position that a traditional curl is done in, and we're going to kind of do this 45, which kind of mimics a bar. So like a lot of these easy curl bars, they have a little bit of an angle to them, right? Well, I'm gonna kind of mimic that angle with dumbbells. So we're gonna hold your hands here as to completely pronating here into this kind of mid grip. And then we're gonna do a curl from this position. And this shifts some of your forearm muscles over the axis, which is gonna change how your brachialis contracts and a muscle called your brachioradialis contracts. And when you hypertrophy these muscles, since they lie underneath the bicep, it changes overall arm development. And I'm gonna go with this 45-degree angle. I'm gonna keep my elbows completely still, and I'm gonna curl just like this. Maintaining this 45 degrees. Completely different feel doing this in a reverse style. Notice that I'm trying to keep my wrists as straight as I can and keep my elbow completely still. So as you're doing this, when you get to about right here, you're gonna notice that your upper arm is gonna wanna move forward. And we wanna keep your elbow completely stationary as you're doing this. And this is gonna help isolate these muscles that we're trying to work. Definitely feeling this in all my wrist extensors and bicep, which is the intended goal. Rest. 1 minute. This is probably one of the biggest variations that I've created so far. I've definitely saved it for week 10 for a reason, because this is something that I would not say a beginner should probably do, because there's so many things to manage when you're doing this, such as ensuring that your wrist is staying straight. You'll know once you kind of do this how different of a feel this is. And I think it's important to progress all these forearm muscles that we've been doing like through a hammer curl before you start something this advanced. We've got 20 seconds. So what I want you to be thinking about during this rest period is, in that first set, how hard was it? What was your effort level? If you could do more than 3 reps, then we need to make a few changes in the weight, and you need to increase the weight. That 20 was a pretty solid weight for me, so I'm gonna keep it on this next set. Rest time is over. Work time started on my phone and my watch. Okay, 4-step rep. So first I'm gonna position my hands, 45. I'm gonna tighten my biceps. I'm gonna squeeze through the range, step 2. Squeeze at the top, step 3. Control all the way down, step 4. Pause here, tightening first. Squeeze through the range. Control back down. I want you to pay attention to your wrist position. Where are your wrists? Are you keeping them straight? Is your hand position comfortable? If not, you can slightly vary the angle. The burn sensation in the forearms is very intense. Controlling that eccentric 1 minute rest. So, the changes that we've made as far as radial ulnar position, meaning turning your palms, or we've done neutral grip hammer curls, we've done pronation and supination. So regular curls, like you would grab on a fixed bar, you know, supination is the go-to for most people. And the reason that is because you're gonna, due to the position of your radial ulnar joint, recruit the most bicep. However, as we've talked about, our whole goal is arm development. So we can't ignore all these forearm muscles and these muscles that cross all the way down to your hand From a functional standpoint, we can't ignore them. And from just an overall arm development standpoint. 10 seconds of rest. I'm gonna keep the same weight. This is a pretty intense feeling with 20s, and I'm gonna caution you to go lighter on this than heavier, because most of the time all these wrist extensor muscles are weaker, and this is not something that you want to create any excess inflammation on. We want to progress you accordingly, and this is the first time we've done this. Timer started. Turning my hands, elbows are fixed. What are the two biggest compensations in any curling motion? It pretty much starts with the elbows. Elbows moving backward or forward, keeping them completely static. It's pretty darn tough. It takes a lot of discipline, it takes a lot of awareness, and it takes a lot of control. As you get tired, it's harder and harder to keep your wrist straight. A completely different feel with these. Rest. Set 3 over.